fire-breathing. It's the most dangerous stunt in the fire eater's repertoire.
Roll up, gather round and witness the seriously strange and utterly unexpected.
This is the original bird-eating tarantula from South America. Although she normally eats insects, she's capable of tackling small mammals, reptiles and amphibians.
We took a big empty house and we filled it full of thousands and thousands of spiders, and I'm winning the audience over already, and we had this amazing macro photographer who came in and caught all of those dramas in the life of a spider. What we do when we find these in the jungle, we always make a point of taking a picture with a millipede moustache.
Tim is with me in the studio, entomologist.
That's right, yeah.
Is it true that when we're asleep they walk over our face?
It's an old wife, so if you're an old wife, that's true, yeah, but it's an old wife's tale, I'm afraid. Leeches. For most people, they're the stuff of nightmares. But there's a lot more to them than just slimy bloodsuckers. Now they find a host by detecting shadows and movement in the water. So if I dip my fingers in the tank and wiggle them around, the leeches should come to me. Now this one is hungry. You can see it's desperately trying to find somewhere to attach. So I'm going to let it feed on my arm. The leech can last on this single meal for over 12 months. So I'll see you the same time next year. Some spiders live next to the water. Some spiders live on the water. But this guy lives under the water. This is a diving bell spider. It can swim around as agile as a fish. It eats, sleeps, and even breathes under the surface of the water. It's so successful that it's found halfway across the world, including in ponds and streams all around Britain. It's a unique spider in the animal kingdom. Darwin's theory swept away these and other ideas about the natural world. When Darwin looked around him, he didn't see creatures created specially by God, but rather a family of organisms, a web of life in which all living things were related to each other. Now, when Darwin was formulating his argument, he opened his notebook and he wrote, "I think." And he drew a diagram of a branching tree like this. The branches of the tree represent species, and the closer the branches are to each other, the more closely related those species are. Everything in the tree starts from a single line. Darwin realised that all species were descended from a common ancestor, a single origin of life, just as a single seed gives rise to the branches of a tree. But then the thing that blew me away is this thing here. This is a leaf insect. It just looks like a leaf that's been kind of nibbled around the edges a bit. It's just got stuffed into one of the pots as a leaf. It was only when we looked through the samples afterwards that we realised that this was a leaf insect.
And you can see in this is stored in alcohol here. This is where the real diversity is. We've got loads and loads of different species. These are the things that we get all the time, this massive diversity. The things that you think is kind of bits of dust, well, they turn out to be insects. And in fact, some of the new species that we've found have actually been these tiny, tiny things that people just haven't bothered to look at before. Just as an example, one family that I collected with canopy frogging in Borneo last year, we had a look through it and it was about 80% new species.
80%?
80%, yeah. And it would take years and years to go through all of these samples and name the new species.